Hello, welcome to my channel. A few months ago, I modified this steady rest. I made this base for it, and to clamp this onto the bedways, I put a slot in here for the nut that goes on here, and you clamp it. I modified a wrench to get it in here. I didn't want to make that slot too big. I did put a radius, a big radius with a ball end mill on top, so I could get my fingers in here to be able to grab this nut. And that works pretty good. I can grab it. What don't work so well is I modified this wrench. It grabs I can grab the nut, okay, but I can't make a real good, I don't have a lot of movement, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to make this slot any longer. Especially on this side, the nut or bolt that bolts the base to the steady rest is right there. I can't make the slot any bigger that way. I can go that way a little bit, but what I wanted to do instead is put this up on an angle on my mill and just put a big 30 degrees so that I can go further, so I have more spanning room. I guess that's what I want to call it. So the wrench could turn further. I want to do it on both sides here, no matter which side I'm on. See, what it is I can do this, but I can't really get in there. I can't make much of a turn with it. So, like I said, I want to put it in the mill. I'm going to clamp it on an angle like this, about 30 degrees, and just come down with this end mill and clear it out. To do that, I'm going to hold it in a vise. I have my my tall jaws here, and that should be enough to clamp that on an angle. We'll find out. If it's not, I have another set about 2 inches higher. These things are really great to have. They're just pieces of 1-inch cold rolled steel. I put some bolt holes in it to clamp onto the jaws where the jaws go, and it works fine. So I'm going to take this apart, and I'll meet you over at the mill when I'm finished. Let's do that. I took the steady rest apart, and these are the jaws that I showed you when I was sitting over by the surface plate. They definitely weren't tall enough. These are my other jaws, but these jaws can go either way, and they also fit in a larger vise. But I had to turn it the complete long way, vertical, to be able to put this on about a 30 degree. I have it on 35 degrees. I tried it at 30. My end mill just isn't long enough. Here, it's 35 degrees. My end mill is really sticking out a lot. But I have it set. I have a stop set up here. I was going to just come into this slot and plunge, just keep plunging down. I don't want to do any side milling really. It's sticking out way too far. I think I'm going to put a clamp across these here just to make sure it's holding that. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to start plunging straight down until I get to the middle of the steady rest, or about there. I wasn't able to bring the tool up high enough, so I did have to do some side cutting. I'm going to have to take this down, spin it over the other way. I changed everything so I can do the other side. I'm talking about over here. And I brought the end mill up a little bit, changed the height, the position of where that steady rest is being grabbed, but still have it clamped. I'm going to do the same thing as I just did on the opposite side. Let's do that. know you can't really see what I've been machining, but I'm just trying to get more room for that wrench is all I'm really trying to do. More angle for that wrench. And on this side, I could still go further back, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take these tall jaws out of there and go further back. Let me change them jaws. All right, I have a stop set so this don't go too far down. But as you see, I put new jaws in, the lower ones. And I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm just going to plunge and bring it back, that slot, a lot longer for that wrench. I think that's going to be good enough. I think I'm going to have to take a grinder and go in there too. Make a little more clearance on an angle. If I have to, I'll set those jaws, tall jaws back up and put more angle on there. But I think this will be good. Let's get this out of here and go look at it. At the bench. Okay, I found my Dremel. This Dremel is old. It's like one of the originals. It was given to me by my brother-in-law 25 years ago or longer. And he had it for probably 10 years. So this sucker is old. Let's just start grinding all these sharp edges away. I think that's going to be good. You know, I'm going to put this base on, meet you over by the lathe, and let's see if this actually can tighten that onto there. Let's do that. All right, I got the base on. Slip this underneath. Put this on. It's not that much of a problem, I guess. Let's see if this works. Yeah, I can get it on here and get it on the next one. Tighten her down. Tighten it. That's going to work. All right. Now I can put this all together, paint it, or not necessarily in that order. Clean it up, paint it, and put it all together. And then I'll try and do some big, I don't know how big of a piece I could put in there. 2.5, 2 3/4. We'll see. But I guess this video is coming to an end, so I'm going to have to say, until next time, enjoy.